Start small, one conversation. He says something simple, clear, nothing crazy. That's how a man goes from explaining to simplifying to silence.
When a man goes quiet, he stopped caring. Not because he doesn't feel anything, but because he learned that not everyone knows how to handle what he feels.
Anytime a guy isolates, it is usually a very dangerous situation that a man has put himself in. A guy who's isolated, a guy like that right now, and you're worried about him.
If a man stops arguing, pay close attention. That is not submission. You are no longer worth the energy of a conflict.
Something subtle but powerful is happening in modern relationships. Men aren't arguing like they used to. They're not explaining, defending, or even reacting anymore. They're just going quiet. And while it might look like indifference on the surface, the reality is far more complex. What causes someone who once cared deeply to slowly withdraw into silence? The answer might change how you see communication forever.
It starts small, one conversation. He says something simple, clear, nothing crazy. And somehow it turns into something he never said. Let's say he says, "I just need a minute." Somehow that simple sentence turns into, "You never have time for me." So now the man is sitting there trying to fix the meaning he didn't even create. So he slows it down and he explains it again. He's more careful this time, thinking maybe if I change the language a little bit, it'll make more sense to her. But it doesn't, because now the focus isn't what he said, it's how it was felt. The conversation is no longer about understanding, it's about defending. So now he's explaining his explanation, trying to clean up something that keeps getting reshaped in real time. After a while, something clicks for him in terms of strategy. He realizes, I can say this same thing 10 different ways and still end up in the same place. And that's the moment everything changes. Not a loud change, nothing too dramatic, just quiet adjustment. He starts shortening his sentences, removing details, cutting out the parts that he knows will get twisted, till eventually there's nothing left to cut. And that's how a man goes from explaining to simplifying to silence.
If they are committed to understanding you, it doesn't matter how you say it. If they are committed to misunderstanding you, it doesn't matter how you say it. This is what made me lose interest in someone some time ago. Everything led to a fight. Had to just keep mute for our sanity.
I was just at the gym and I see a very handsome guy, dark hair, mustache, hat, great looking guy. And I'm like, wow, he's really cute. So I tested a little bit and I stared at him and smile, and he smiles back. I'm like, okay. And we lock eyes the whole time at the gym, the entire time at the gym. We're locking eyes. I'm smiling. I'm like, should I talk to him? Like, I'm giving him the cues. He should know that I think he's cute. He's looking at me, I'm looking at him for an hour and a half. Then I'm leaving and he's walking right behind me and he just passes me. I'm like,
I'm a strong independent woman that makes a good income, and because it's our first date I want to take you out to an expensive restaurant and I'll pay for everything. Said no woman to a man ever.
I think why all of this men not approaching women content is popping off is because deep down we're literally collectively all so lonely. And I know a lot of you on this app won't want to admit it, but like, it is very isolating to be just like, I'm done dating. I'm done with approaching people. It is not normal to not crave connection because humans are wired for connection. And I think there's so many reasons as to why we're all struggling to approach and to be approached and to create authentic, genuine relationships in the real world. Technology, COVID, XYZ, you name it. But like, I went to a talk last night hosted by my friend about the loneliness economy that we're living in. And it just baffled me. Literally every single person is struggling with loneliness, especially in my generation.
Men stopped approaching women. BC, far too many of you enjoyed the game drawing them in to approach you just so you could have the ego trip of putting them down. BC, they didn't check all the boxes on your list. Now they are done playing the game.
Broken women are unlovable. They rather run to the internet looking for validation from other broken women. You ladies went on this marketing propaganda, wrote countless articles about how men are so lonely because women have options. But what I find kind of interesting is I see so many videos of women crashing the fuck out because they're not in a relationship. They don't have anybody to hang out with. They don't have nobody to talk to. They're turning 30 and they're so alone. I go into the comment section of married couples, and whenever a woman speaks and say, hey, this is what I do for my man, this is how I express love for my man, I go into the comment section and it's nothing but women in the comment section talking about, you're a pick-me, which I think is so fucking stupid. How you gonna call a married woman a pick-me? Bitch, she's picked already.
The sad part is that nobody will tell these girls that they're the type of women that men don't want. And because they don't know that men don't want them, they think there's something wrong with men. Somebody should tell them, anyone but me.
Some people think when a man goes quiet, he stopped caring. That's not always true. Sometimes he just stopped showing it because the last time he tried, he felt misunderstood. He felt dismissed, like his feelings didn't matter. He still cares, but he just keep it to himself. He won't argue like before. He won't explain like before. He won't open up like before. Not because he doesn't feel anything, but because he learned that not everyone knows how to handle what he feels. And after a while, silence becomes easier than explaining himself over and over again. So from the outside, it looks like he changed. But in reality, he just got tired of not being understood. If you've ever cared deeply, but chose silence instead, comment silent.
Some men don't lose feelings, they just stop expressing them. This is men healing men.
Keeping quiet is a time to evaluate, analyze, depressurize, and refocusing. Those feelings turn to logical patterns, giving him an opportunity to corrections, giving peace and space, assess relationship awareness.
Anytime a guy isolates, it is usually a very dangerous situation that a man has put himself in. You know a guy who's isolated, like he's disappeared. You can't find him. He's not returning calls, texts, emails. You don't know where he's at. You don't know what he's doing. How many of you know a guy like that right now and you're worried about him?
I'm not returning calls, cause people to talk toxic and narcissistic, and we're done with the disrespect. We're still can't individuals to our neighbors and talk to them daily.
If a man stops arguing, pay close attention. If a man stops arguing or stops trying to explain his side of the story, make no mistake, that is not submission. That is not him finally agreeing with you. That is a man who has decided you are no longer worth the energy of a conflict. He didn't start out cold. He used to be the one trying to fix every crack in the foundation. He communicated until he was shattered. He bought the lie that if he just explained it clearly enough, eventually he would be understood. But he learnt the hard way that you cannot be heard by someone who is only listening to reply. He realized that his passion was being labeled as aggression, and his feelings were being dismissed as complaining. Even the most resilient man has a limit. He found clarity in the silence that he never found in the shouting. He stopped trying to prove his point, because he realized the only way to win with certain people is to stop playing the game. They will say he became distant. No. He just stopped interrupting your mistakes. He withdrew his investment, he killed his expectations, and he went silent. Do not mistake this for peace. He didn't lose the argument. He realized the prize wasn't worth the fight.
Men worry too much. I accepted the fact that others were on it before me, so it's either I keep enjoying till I want to move out or won't even bother from the beginning. I don't think we should look for loyalty in women. They weren't made to be loyal.
Why does a man stop explaining himself? Some ladies get upset. He used to always talk to me about things, and now he doesn't. I wonder why. Are you trying to understand what he's saying and his point of view? Or are you trying to win? Because I've seen some ladies where they ask him for an explanation so they can tear it apart. So you can undermine him. So you can tell him what's wrong. So you can argue with him. It's not about understanding his point of view. His feelings are valid whether you like him or not. Or you purposely try to get him talking so you can find a contradiction within what he said. And then you call him out on that, and then it turns into an argument. Ladies, you might think you're winning the argument, but oftentimes you're just eroding your entire relationship. Long term, it will fall apart. Sometimes it's not about winning, it's about understanding his point of view so you guys can come to a compromise or agreement or talk about it and understand each other better. And for a lot of men, they don't speak up because they feel like they won't be believed no matter what they say. Because it's obvious you don't trust him. And I'm seeing more and more videos out there about don't trust men. Men are liars. Men are this. And it's not true at all. So if you're not going to believe your man, don't even bother asking him at that point.
Some female therapists are the worst, particularly in the Bible Belt where we are constantly told that our trauma stories as children are invalid or plainly not true. Damn this pit of abuse and cover up of the abusers. Silence in a relationship is rarely random. It's usually the result of repeated miscommunication, frustration, and emotional fatigue. When someone feels unheard long enough, they don't always fight harder, they disengage. And once that happens, rebuilding connection becomes much harder than maintaining it ever was. The real challenge isn't just speaking, it's making sure both people feel understood. Because when understanding disappears, silence is what replaces it. You're watching Modern Dating Logic, where we keep it real, not emotional. If you're ready for more truth the world avoids, you know where to find me.